Alright, so let's get to the second part. This one's going to be a little bit shorter than the first part because there's not as many items, but it is still fun nevertheless. Alright, so I did order from Timberdoodle as well. I did not order like their actual main curriculums. I ordered a bunch of the games that they offered for his age range. So the first game that they offer is this Robotis Play 600 Pets. It's basically a little motor, and what you do is you build a pet around it and they can move. So he really enjoyed the gears of last year. He loved it. He loved building the stuff. He loved seeing it move and just that satisfaction of knowing that he created that. So I know he's really gonna love this, especially when he sees that it's a robotic play animal. I mean, who doesn't want to build a robot? And then I also got the artistic patch, and this is basically glue, and then you transfer it over. It looks like foil paper. You transfer the foil paper over, and then you have the outcome of that transfer. I also got this Imagedice. So with the Imagedice, from what I understand, it's a way for them to kind of tell a story. So they'll roll the dice, and then they'll choose a die that they rolled to start a story with, and then the next player will take another die and continue the story based off of the first player's story. So it's good if they're kind of stuck on what to write or what story to create, then they can go ahead and roll those. Then you have the Observation Postman game. So it looks like you look at a bunch of cards, and then you have to find the specific picture that's on the card and within this actual game board. So it's like a puzzle. So you put the puzzle together, you pick a card, and then you have to look really quickly and find the picture of that card, or that it looks like it's a house, and then you deliver 10 letters and win. So we'll see how this works. I kind of got the gist of it, but I'm not completely sure on the concept, so it will be very fun to learn together. And then I also got these Moby Kids, and for the Moby Kids, it's basically introduction to numbers. So it basically includes the little tiles, and it introduces them to like numbers, addition, the equal sign, and they'll basically make addition sets with it. And then you have the Faber-Castell. This is coloring with clay. So it's basically, you have 12 clay colors, you have the design board, and then you go ahead and mold the clay to fit the design board, or to look like the design board. So he's gonna definitely love this. My kids love clay, they love Play-Doh, they love anything that has to do with getting their hands in there and really just shaping things. So I know that he's gonna love this, and he's gonna definitely have to share with his sibling, because she's gonna want to play with some of that. I also got the Aquarellum. This is the Cosmos set, and so it basically has a bunch of paint here, and you can go ahead and paint the card that it comes with. And to kind of go along with that, I was able to get a couple. I think it was like 2 free stuff. Or no, it was one free item, and then on top of that, it was 1 item that was on clearance that I used last year for my son, and he, it worked really well for him when it came to writing, for him to learn the letters and how to form them. So I actually got this for my second child, and it's the Channy's Easy Peasy alphabet. Basically, you do 1 a day, and they'll go through the alphabet A through Z, and then 1 through 5, and it teaches them how to form the letter, and then it lets them form the letter themselves once they've gotten a little bit of practice. Along with that, I also got the Digecco. This is the scratch card. Once again, I got this last year for my son, and he really enjoyed it, and so I got this for his sibling. So it's the Digecco. This is the scratch card for that. And then for my son, I also got the What's New, What's Missing, What's Different, and it's basically a bunch of pictures, and they'll have to look through it and figure out kind of what's new. So like the first page, I always go to the first page because I feel like that will help me understand more of what's in the picture. So the first page says, welcome to the shop. Are you a good spot the difference detective? Look at the shop on the left. Can you find and circle 18 things that are missing in the other shop? Draw and color in what's missing to make the shops match. And a nice work, detective drawer. Alright, and then to top that off, I got the famous figures of ancient times. And basically what this is it's just basically cutouts. So you cut them out and you hold them together and you make like these little figures of the ancient times. And this will actually go well with the story of the world if there's something in there that relates to who we're talking about. Like say if in the story of the world it talks about some of the rulers of Egypt, or I think it does go over some of the rulers of Egypt. So here you actually have like a picture of the ruler and then you basically cut it out and you put it together. And that is all I got from Timberdoodle, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to math. So for math, I'm actually still going with Singapore math. I really enjoyed it and my son enjoyed learning from it, so we are basically going to stick with Singapore math for right now while he's loving it and while it's easy for me to teach. So I know that with Singapore math they have a bunch of different math programs. They have the US standards, I believe it is, US primary. They also have the new dimensions math that they just came out with, and from what I understand with the dimensions math, they actually do offer online lessons so your child can follow along while they teach the lessons to your child, which is great, especially if it's a subject that you're not comfortable teaching. But for my son, I actually went with just the original Singapore math. So this is the original that came out when they brought this program to the US, and it is the primary mathematics. And this is the instructor guide for this is 1B. This is the 1A. So this is the home instructor's guide. So this is for all the homeschooling parents. There is also a teacher's guide for those that are actually within the school system. The reason I got the home instructor's guide is what I noticed that with last year's program, it was a teacher's guide, and it was kind of hard because they would include a lot of activities to do within a group of students, which is understandable, but for someone that only has one student, it was a little bit difficult, so you kind of had to improvise and figure out how to do it to kind of fit the classroom of a homeschool room. This is more of a homeschool room classroom, so it's nice so I don't have to kind of figure out like, how am I going to do this? How are we going to make this work? So I have the instructor's guide for 1A, and then I also got the textbook. I did not get the activity book this year for this program because we didn't really use it this last year. We used it every so often, but it was not very common. It's just basically there, it's empty, it's not really filled in, so I didn't see the point in getting an activity book this year. We're not going to use it. So I just got the textbook. And then I also got the intensive practice. So you have the textbook, and then to really hone in on everything that you're learning, I'm going to be using the intensive practice to kind of go over the concepts and make sure that he's really getting it. And then with that, I also have the primary mathematics 1B. This once again is the home instructor's guide. I also got the textbook and the intensive practice. Another thing I might end up doing with this intensive practice is actually making it into a test. So I could do this as just the normal worksheet to do, and then the intensive practice is more of the test that I want to make sure that he's really getting the concepts and understanding. And then I also have the extra practice for the primary mathematics. This one can also be a test if I so choose. We'll see. Or it could just be an extra practice if one day he's getting it really quickly and he kind of wants to do some more, then we'll just go ahead and pull this out and he can get this done as well. So that is math. Alright, and last but not least for math, since we're kind of in that subject, I got a couple things from Amazon. And with this we'll basically be done. This is the end of the curriculum for this year. So I got the Race to Planet X. This is a number bond game. Singapore Math does a lot of number bonds, and so this is basically a good way for him to learn number bonds and how they work. and he learned them this year, but to really go more into that, more in depth into that on the number bonds. And the whole point of the game is to create a bond until you get to planet X. And whoever gets to planet X first wins. So this will be a very fun game for us to play, to just really focus in on the number bonds. Next, I got this Brain Challenger. This is the complete set for high IQ kids. This is the Mini Luck series. Once again, I got all of this on Amazon. So this helps with critical thinking, concentration, everyday knowledge, visual perception, and math and geography. You basically have a workbook. There's 4 of them included, and they have to solve the workbook from what I understand, is to make the picture look like the workbook. I have not tried this yet, so it will be interesting to see how this works. If you guys are interested to see more of an overview on this game, please let me know. I also got the Money Activity Set. This is from Learning Resources, and basically what it is you have a little puzzle piece, and it will tell you how much that item costs on the price tag, and you have to basically find the money that matches the price tag. So this will be a good way for him to really learn the concept of money, and to learn the fact that the price of money, like how many dollars you will need to make that specific price tag, how many cents, quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, all of that good stuff. And we also have another smart games. We loved my son loved the smart games last year. It was something that he really looked forward to. So I know that he will really enjoy this. This is called Squirrels Go Nuts. And basically what it is you have a workbook with a challenge, and they have to figure out that challenge to basically match the workbook. It has the answers as well. So if you get stuck, because I know I got stuck a couple times when I was trying to help my son, so you know that these are good because they really test your thinking skills. So it will have the answers in the back that you can kind of take a look at if you need help. And then last but not least, I have these plus. These are basically like little plus signs, and they're like Legos, and you connect them together to build an item. And on top of that, it's kind of like the gears. Well, it's like Legos. My son really liked the gears from last year. He really liked building the stuff and showing his dad what he had built and what he had created. So I know that he really will enjoy this. And it does come with an app that you can download to get ideas if there is a specific thing that you want them to build, or if there's something that they're interested in building using these, or they're just kind of stuck and they don't know what to build. Then there's a guidebook that you can download and to get ideas on what to build. This has 1,200 pieces, so I have a feeling he will not be getting bored anytime soon. That is it for my haul, everyone. These are all the items I'm going to be using this next year for the curriculum. This is for the year 2021 and 2022. I cannot believe that we've finished one full year of schooling and we are now going into a new one. I definitely have planned to show my whole system of how I'm going to get this set up in regards to my filing system, and how I plan on getting all of this incorporated every single day. It is a lot of stuff. Once again, I'm not a minimalist when it comes to schooling. There's a lot of stuff here, but I definitely plan on using all of this in this next year. So if you guys want to see how I do that, then go ahead and keep a lookout for any other videos. But until then, I will see you guys in my next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know if there's anything that you guys want a little bit more description of, and I will try my best to get that to you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye everyone.